What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? This your boy Pretty Boo, aka the Celebrity, one of the CEO and owners of Celebrities Agricultural, Celebrities Hemp Dispensary, Celebrities Smoke Lodge, and Celebrities Transport, which is a tractor trailer trucking company. This is not my music if y'all hearing it, but I had to have me a little music in the background. I just landed in my 18-wheeler. I'm parked at the Pilot's Truck Stop right here in Van Buren, Ohio. Yes, y'all heard me. Van Buren, Ohio. So I'm parked outside of here, got myself together. It's time to relax now after driving for over 11 hours to get from New Jersey over to Van Buren, Ohio. As I got myself together, got my hands and stuff all cleaned up, refreshing myself up. You could do that as a truck driver. You don't have to ride around stinking and sweaty like truck drivers do, being all funky. Not saying all of our truck drivers do this, but you know the ones that they get next to you, they smell real bad. And they do. They sit up in these seats all day, sweating between their legs, and they just won't wash up, won't do nothing. They got nice showers. Hey y'all, at travel stops, these truck stops, Pilots, Flying J's, Loves, these truck stops that y'all go into to get your gas and buy little seeds and little hot dogs and burgers and things, wings. These places actually have nice, clean, tiled out bathrooms. Do you hear me? Tiled out bathrooms. Very beautiful, very elegant. Give you wash rags, towels, everything. So there's no sense in a truck driver actually riding around funky and sweaty. It's no reason for him to be stinking like that and smelling musky. So as I pulled over to come to relax for the night, you got to do a 10 hours. So a lot of people don't know, after you drive for 11 hours, you got to be down for 10 hours to refreshen your clock. So that's the only thing going to freshen your clock and give you another fresh 11 hours the next day is if you put yourself in sleeper berth. It's called sleeper berth for 10 hours before your hours will start back for you to drive again the next day for 11 hours. So I usually do that and I work out, take care of the body. That's why I look so good. I do some pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, to do my dumbbell curls and everything. I'm very healthy, you guys. For somebody my age, I am very healthy. I'm not going to say I'm all that pretty, even though I call myself Pretty Boo. The prettiness is my style. It's the way I am by being smooth. I just had a birthday the other day. I'm an April Fool's baby, so a lot of y'all know, being an April's baby, most likely I am an Aries. Very, very, very confident in myself and the things I say and do, if you know about an Aries. So I stopped up, y'all, with my smart ass to stop at this gas station, this travel stop, to have a good time. And I threw on CNN News. I threw on the CNN News, you guys. A lot of people that's not into politics, they might be in the news if they see something that they like. So I turn on CNN News. I look at 7 on Your Side. I watch Fox 5. Some of these social media outlets where you get your news broadcasting from, they actually air fake news. Not that it's fake, but it's basically dealing with, if you're a Republican, if you're a Democrat, it might be more on the Republican side, and some stations might be more on the Democratic side. And then you got some that's just going to report the straight news. And I think the one that's my opinion that gives you the straight news without all the propaganda is CNN News. So I'm watching CNN News, and I'm watching, what I'm watching is how the world is turning out now that this man became president. And I'm a fan of the man. Honestly, the president, I'm actually a fan of his. A lot of people gonna get mad at me, but I learned about that man when I was in the 3rd grade. I had a 3rd grade teacher teach me and tell me about that man, and I found that man to be extraordinary. He's just like me. He just won't stop till he get what he wants and he do what he wants to do. And I'm like that. I'm headstrong just like that. Like, I won't stop until I pull it off or get knocked off. That's just the way I do things. And I'm watching this man do his thing. I'm watching him do his thing. That this man was born rich, and he always wanted to be the president. And he made the president not one time, but he made it twice, and not twice in a row, not like back to back. He actually had somebody jump in between for 4 years, and he came back at him. That's how determined and very strong-willed that this man is. And people don't even realize that we have gambling over here on the East Coast. It first started over here through that man right there, Donald Trump. Donald Trump, the president, you guys, is the first man that started legalized gambling over here in New Jersey. Something that was very hard for anybody to do. But this rich kid pulled it off. That he pulled off the first gambling over here on the East Coast in Atlantic City. And it has never been, until that man did it first, legalized gambling on the East Coast until Donald Trump did it. So that tells you how powerful this man really is and how connected he really is, because the only ones could do anything like this was over in the West Coast, and it was the mob running that show out there. So and I said the mob was running that situation out there. They started all that legalized gambling over there on the West Coast because they could have their way out there in the West. And you have to get permission in this world to get something done, especially on this East Coast and in New Jersey. Yo, very powerful man. And they want to know how powerful this man is now. This man is so powerful, can't nobody mess with this man except the United States military. Is the only people that's going to be able to mess with that man, because anything else is just treason against him unless these armed forces actually do their jobs. And I don't mean by killing him. It's just that you don't have to stand by him. And I'm not even going to get into that because, like I said, he's a very serious man. Yeah, he's a very serious man. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, I've been watching this CNN news to stay with the topic, and I've been seeing people cry now, y'all. I'm talking about good white people, even corrupt ones, crying about the way he's handling the United States, the way he's handling the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, the CDC, all these jobs, all these federal jobs where people are now going to be ass out with no jobs. They're all sitting on the news crying about if they had known that he wasn't just going to mess with the brown people and the black people and the minorities and the illegal immigrants, they would have never voted for this man. Do y'all know how many white people, along with black ones, but mostly the joke, what's crazy is that the white people who didn't know that he was going to do this to them because they thought that only thing he was going to mess with was poor minorities, are now getting a slap in the face that they now are out there. I'm hearing federal workers out here with good federal jobs getting second jobs. They're running around getting second jobs, you guys. They have to get a second job, not want to. They actually have to get a second job because of this man. They have to get a second job. They can't make bills and ends meet with one job because they got fired from their jobs that's paying them $160,000, $200,000, $180,000 a year. These people have been making real big money, sitting back, really not doing nothing, and letting this country for decades go to hell, and making all this big money that those cars that shoot by you, and it's a Benz, it's a BMW, it's a Lexus, it's one of those big F-350, F-250 pickup trucks, those new vehicles. These are the people that's in those Range Rovers and those big trucks. These are those wealthy people with these jobs are now turning out to be just like you and me now. They lost those big high-paying jobs where they were doing nothing from the very beginning, and they're feeling it. They're feeling what minorities been feeling the whole time, that these people been having and making such good money, that now they're feeling how it is to worry about how you're going to feed your family, how you're going to pay your mortgage and that $1 million home, $900,000 home, $800,000 home. These people have homes worth $1.2, $1.5 million. These were wealthy. They're not all of them rich, but they're making, when you're making $200,000-$300,000 a year on your job, you might as well say you rich to me. That's how I look at it, and that's how most of us that's poor are gonna look at it when somebody's making $200,000 or $180,000 a year, and that's not from owning their own business. That's from working for the government. That's from working these jobs out here where they're just doing what they want to do and coming into work and sit around just like I'm sitting now and eat donuts and drink coffee and really not doing nothing. I mean, imagine the FDA workers crying, and they are the ones that's allowing all these fake foods that they're giving approval of to be sold out of these restaurants. These restaurants, these fast food chains, are the people who are poisoning us, making us obese, making us addicted to food colorings that's inside of gummy worms, that's inside of Skittles, that's inside of M&Ms. Why can't you make products that's healthy? Why you gotta make, even if it ain't healthy, why do you gotta make products that's made with bugs, that's made with parasites? I mean, come on, the color red is made with bugs, parasites, and they would feed that to an American. French fries aren't even real no more. French fries are made out of 13 other type of ingredients, chemicals, French fries at restaurants, especially McDonald's. I mean, like, get real. Liquid chicken. A lot of people never knew when they go and get their kid a kid's meal that those chicken McNuggets and those little small fries they're going to put in there are liquid chicken, made chicken. It's not from a real chicken. So when you break open that nugget, you see the little circles, the little holes in it. You're not going to see strips of chicken breast lined up like this, strips of chicken breast that you peel off. That's called liquid chicken. I'm a truck driver. I've hauled that liquid chicken. I've hauled that liquid chicken in containers. I am a CDL truck driver, and I have transported liquid chicken inside of those metal containers that look like gas containers, fuel. They are feeding people that in chicken breast patties. So instead of it being a real chicken breast, it's just a chicken patty, and it is no breast meat in there. It's not even real meat in there. That's made. The French fries. You haven't noticed that when you go buy French fries, they're so pretty white and clean? And did you notice that no French fries now, especially from McDonald's, they don't even have potato skin on them? Like, you can't be perfect with a machine peeling a potato that you don't get none of the brown peeling of the potato skin on a French fry no more. That's because they're not making French fries from natural fries where they're peeling them. These fries are made. They're made. And they're fried in different shortenings. And let's just say you're a Muslim or you somebody that don't eat pork. When you get that French fry has been fried in oils and different lards that's made from fat from animals. So it's no sense in being a Muslim and say you're a Muslim and you're going to just eat French fries and you're not going to eat that burger. That burger is just as bad as those fries. That burger is not real meat. It's made. So you guys, back on the topic that I was talking about, is that I'm looking at how the world now is dealing with this man, is dealing with this president who is leaving everybody from white to black. He's showing just how much he care about the nation. And it seems to be he only care about the ones who already got money, not the ones who's trying to go out there every day and work a job to make money. He's only giving a damn about the people who already have money, because they deserve not to give away and pay high taxes on something that they made. Why should they have to be penalized and punished by being a millionaire, that they have to pay high taxes for something that they earned legitimately? And I get that. I get that. You went out there and you did what you had to do to make yourself a millionaire, even if your family didn't get it. You didn't get it from your family through heritage. You actually went out there and you worked to make yourself a millionaire, only to find that you are at a high tax bracket, that you got to pay millions of dollars on your millions. And why should you? And you worked hard for your money, and those poor and middle class people didn't. That's why they're not millionaires. So why should the rich people have to be penalized and punished? I get it. I would feel the same damn way. So he's out for those people because he's one of them. And his friends and all of them and his associates are all rich, wealthy people. He don't deal and run around the street and skateboard and bike ride and jog with poor people. He don't hang out with poor people and middle class people. This man deals with people who are of class and that's millionaires like him. They just are corrupt, but they are millionaires. And why should they have to come up off of their almighty dollar to pay higher taxes for poor middle class people? No matter if the poor middle class people are white, black, purple, orange, or green, they're saying that you're not in their bracket. You're not a millionaire. Period. So people elected that man thinking he was just going to punish this color skin, us, the foreigners, that he's going to send back to Mexico. He played on your intelligence. Now you feel like a fool. And ain't all of y'all willing to get on TV and say, we voted for this man because we thought he was going to get rid of all of these coloreds. We thought he was going to get rid of the black and the brown. We thought he was going to get rid of all of these immigrants. Only to find out he made it hard on them too. They didn't realize that he was going to make it hard on them. White people that's on Medicaid and Medicare, white people that's on SNAP programs, white people that's on food stamps and disability, white people. They didn't think that. They just thought that he was going to get rid of those bums that's laying around on the street who happen to come from other countries. That when he go tough on them, he was going to sooner or later look back at the Negroes and go hard on them too. Once he get rid of all of these foreign immigrants, he was going to take it out on the Negroes that's in America too. Now, so you got white people running around saying, oh yeah, nigger, 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 Negro, Negro, nigger, nigger, using that N-word. They're using that N-word so strongly, but now they're the ones that's crying because they work jobs for people too. See, they're not all of those people that's hollering Negro and nigger and using that N-word. Not all of those people are rich and wealthy. They're getting punished just as well as that name that they're hollering at us. That word that they're calling us a nigger, which is an ignorant person, they're now getting punished, their ignorant ass selves, off of what he is doing. Isn't that enlightening? Isn't that crazy that they thought that it was going to all be about immigrants and Negroes, the black and the brown, the foreigners, but it's now sinking into them, and they're hollering on TV how they would have never voted for him. They shouldn't have. They got hoodwinked. They got bamboozled. They thought that it was going to be all about us, and now they all crying on TV, seeing that it's about them. But you know what's so good about Negroes and minorities? We're used to it. We're used to not having S-H-I-T. We're so used to it. We're used to the struggle. We're used to the fight. We're so used to it, it's a damn shame that we're used to being poor. We're used to sleeping on floors. We're used to moving from apartment to apartment, house to house, townhouse to townhouse, not being able to stay there over 10 and 5 years, not being able to own anything. We're so used to it. Why do you think black and brown people are so used to burning down neighborhoods and burning up the commercial property? Because they're saying we don't own it no way. Why do you think they're so used to quick to set a fire in an apartment building? Because they're saying we don't own that apartment building no way. Not that it's right. Don't get it wrong. Not that it's right. But I'm speaking from somebody who used to be poor myself. I'm not all that rich, but I'm not rich at all. But I'm somebody that's middle class, you guys. I'm a middle class, but struggling middle class after what happened to me in the Winchester area with white people treating me a certain way. You got millionaires that own that same building I was renting that treated us as minorities, black people, some type of way, that they evicted us out of their storefront. And those people are super millionaires in the Winchester area. Somebody just called them up and they already don't like Negroes probably themselves, and they gave them that bug in their ear and they said, we're going to evict them. Not that we did anything wrong, but we are black. That's wrong enough to wealthy, rich white people. That's enough. What you did wrong is you got that skin color. We don't want to see you get ahead like we are ahead. We don't want to see you having nothing and being equal to us. That's what it boiled down to. Envy, jealousy, and just not wanting minorities to come up. Not wanting minorities to have those same privileges that they have to live in nice neighborhoods like what I live in. Having nice cars like I have. Having money in your account like I did. They don't want to see us on equal ground to them. And this president don't want to see anybody on equal ground to him if you're not a millionaire or a billionaire. They don't want to see you there. To them, you are just like me, a servant. A modern day word is a servant, but basically a slave. White people started off in history being slaves long before black people being slaves for them. And so this man is going by his forefathers' way of living, which is slaves work for them, people who are not wealthy and in the rich category as being millionaires. We work for them. And I have no problem with working for them, doing this type of work. I have no problem with bringing the rich their chairs that like I'm sitting in, their table, their plates that the food is going to go on top of the table and the food is going to go on that plate. I don't mind delivering their food to their homes, their mansions. I don't mind delivering the food to the warehouse that's going to take a smaller truck to their home to deliver them their food. These rich, wealthy people don't even have to go out to get their food, you guys. Remember this. They can have that food delivered to their homes in a smaller commercial vehicle. I drive in a 53-foot tractor trailer. They don't have to wait for that truck to come to their mansion. All they do is have it sent. I take it to the factory, and the factory puts it on a smaller 26-footer, 42-footer, and take it to their homes. And all of their vegetables, all of their groceries from meat, eggs, ham, pork, milk, vegetables, all of that stuff is delivered to their homes. They don't have to stop at a store and get anything except at Starbucks to get a coffee when they go through drive-through. Rich people do not have to get out of their cars and go in any type of supermarket. That stuff is delivered long before they even came with DoorDash. These people been having their food delivered out of tractor trailers and commercial vehicles to their homes. And they got walk-in freezers and refrigerators big as hell already in their homes, you guys. Y'all need to understand that. Yes. So I'm a delivery driver. I have delivered to people's mansions, to their nice homes. That's what goes on. So I want y'all to know that I'm sorry to the people who's losing their jobs. I want to say personally, I'm sorry to middle class people who once had these jobs paying them a lot of money, because I know how it feels to lose money. I lost over $100,000 in those projects and opening up 2 businesses from Winchester to Stephen City. I lost thousands of dollars, y'all, messing around in these corrupt, racist white towns. Thousands of dollars thinking that white people have changed, and not all of them are going to be corrupt towards you because someone's father isn't corrupt. That don't mean the son and the daughter is not going to be corrupt. So I caught a break when I was dealing with these people's parents. But as soon as that person passed away, Lord bless his soul, y'all seen what happened to celebrities in the Winchester area. It wasn't that we couldn't afford that building. It's that we got booted out of that building because they didn't want Negroes in the building, because we were fighting with some of their people down in Stephen City. And when these people find out you're fighting their people, they stand together. These people stand together with their kind. And the only time we stand together with our kind is when somebody get killed and shot in the back or beat down like Rodney King. And then you got pastors, you got reverends, you got lawyers. They all marching and protesting like Black Lives Matter. They all out there doing all that protesting and marching up and down the street and standing in front of courthouses and city hall. But when they see something where you ain't been shot in the back and killed, or sitting there with contusions and busted lip and your teeth knocked out, they don't want to support you unless you gotten the worst done to you. People been watching my videos and know exactly what happened in the Winchester area, down to good white people have watched what corrupt people that's white done to us in Winchester area, and nobody will stand by our side in that Winchester area to support celebrities. If anything, they hate me and they hate my business and don't even know me. You got people that stand so strong with these white people that are black, that stand so strong what these white people did to us, they got closed mouths themselves and won't say nothing about this corruption that they seen happen. And they won't get on social media, they won't get on Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram and say, we know what they did to those good black people is wrong. But now I sit back and I watch what the president is doing to everybody all over the country. And I'm saying, now they're getting a taste of what I went through. Now they're getting a taste of knowing what black people went through. Now they're getting a taste of what Indians and Chinese people, Asian people, Spanish people have been going through with these corrupt KKK, white supremacist type of people. Now they're getting a taste of it. And I don't condone it, and I'm not happy, and I'm not the one to clap and say that's what they get. But I'm the one to say, I'm sorry, you people. Listen, I'm sorry, you people that lost your jobs out here, white, black, no matter what your color is. I'm sorry that they're cutting back on federal jobs. They're cutting back on all of these programs, making good white and black people have to suffer. Good minorities have to suffer behind their evil ways, because they're only here to make the rich stand above the poor, above the middle class. That's so foul. That's crazy. And we're all sitting around watching it happen, hating on each other. People right now, y'all, have been living in their homes for years only to have to sell their homes and downsize to something smaller, give up their vehicles, Range Rover, Lexus, Mercedes-Benz, to downsize to a smaller vehicle, a cheaper vehicle. Sell that vehicle so they can make ends meet because they can't continue driving around in a Mercedes-Benz or Range Rover. They can't do it, knowing that they got children to feed, children to pay their college tuition on. That's crazy. And I'm here and I speak out about corruption. I speak out about what's going on with people being dogged, whether they white, black, purple, or orange. When you see a dictator or someone that's wicked because they got millions of dollars treat poor people like they are S-H-I-T. That's crazy. And I live in Winchester, Virginia. When I shoot these videos, I want people to know I live in Winchester, Virginia, where corruption and racism go on all day long, down to that Winchester police officer beating the hell out of that 45-year-old man and tasering him, and that man couldn't get nowhere if anybody know that community. And everybody knows that there is no police academy in the United States that teach you to use your fist to go upside of someone's head, upside of their face. And then people get on there. You know those people got to be ignorant, corrupt people. If they're not corrupt, they're just straight damn ignorant. What makes them think in the United States anywhere teaches in any academy for police to use that type of physical force on someone outside drinking a damn beer, and then they justify it? See, corrupt white people always want to justify something that's going on foul by saying, oh, he was a convicted felony. Oh, he caught a misdemeanor back in the day for spitting on a police officer or biting him. That was back in the damn day. Oh, he had a knife on him. He had a gun. It was in the car. It was, well, the damn gun was in the car. Well, he had a knife on him. Well, the knife was in his pocket. He never pulled it out to brandish it, to show it to the officers. So why are you even mentioning something that's after the fact to what this cop did? But they do it to justify what the officer do. They do it to justify that he could get away with that now because we found out the man was a convicted felony, that he had a misdemeanor back in the day, that he had a knife in his pocket. So now that allow you to throw the wool over the real situation. You can throw the cover over the real situation that's happening. That's foul. Anybody who's going to justify what that cop did in the Winchester area and what they did to me in the Winchester area, what they did to me in Stevens City, what they continue to do to minorities all throughout America, shooting us in the backs, they're going to justify, oh, well, he got shot in the back because he ran from the police and he had a gun in the car. That don't justify police shooting nobody in the damn back because he ran, because he had a gun in the car. That's crazy. He could have had a damn gun on him. He didn't reach for it, but you shot him when he ran from the officer. You shot him in his back. But, well, when they turned him over, he had a gun in his front pocket that he fell on his face when they shot him in his back. So, and they said he was a convicted felony. White people quick to do that. But ask them how they'd feel if it was their child. Ask that same person how they would feel if it was their son or daughter and they had their mother or father's gun, their weapon. Their child was carrying their household weapon and took it out of the house, and the police officer shot their kid in the back when he was running away. Ask them how much hell they'd raise if it was one of their kind and not a Negro, a nigger, an old man, a convicted felony, someone with a misdemeanor. Ask them how they feel if it was their child. And then y'all see the difference. It'll be a difference then. All lawsuits, that officer, they'll be trying to cover up, they'll be trying to make a settlement, they'll be trying to squash it. Officer be fired on the down low with pay. Fired with pay. All of that. That's what they do for each other. It's called selective prosecution. It's called being selective on who you allow to do something and who you don't allow to do something. When cops select in City Hall and judges and prosecutors, they've been doing it to blacks and minorities and Spanish people for years. They decide that Ray broke in the school Jim Bob broke in a church and stole the money out the church, and he's white, they'll give him probation. The black boy broke inside the Sunday school church, and his name Ray Ray, and they giving Ray Ray 5 years in prison or probation to stop him from being a citizen so he can become a convicted felony. So now he can't be a voter. He can't go in the military. He can't carry a firearm. They're quick to make minorities, especially the black man, guilty of something, and they'll give little Ray Ray probation, and if he be good for 6 weeks, we'll let him off probation that he'll never have a record again. But that black child will go straight off to prison and be on some type of probation. If he don't go to prison, he's going to have to plead to some type of conviction. He's going to have to plead to a conviction because they don't want him voting. They don't want him carrying a gun. They want to be able to keep up with that Negro from when he was a little boy that broke in that church to now he's a grown man, 18 years old. They want to be able to keep up with him so they can wait for him to do something at 18. Now they can really send his ass off to prison. And that's how they do minorities. That's how they treat us. And they think we're so stupid that we don't know exactly what they do, so corrupt to us, that they're quick to prosecute somebody's black, but not nobody white. Selective prosecution. Right now, I own a tractor trailer. It's been parked in front of my driveway, on my property that I paid for, not in the street, not in the city street, but in my driveway. They told me if I don't move that tractor trailer out my driveway, that I'm going to get fined $200 every day to Winchester. The Winchester zoning administrator for Winchester City Hall told me that if I don't move my tractor trailer out of my driveway, I'm going to get fined $200 every day that it sit in my driveway. Now, guess what's crazy? As you go through the whole Winchester city limit, not in the county, in the city limit, you're going to see tractor trailers. You're going to see those big RVs that people go camping in, that white people own. And you're going to see that they got tractor trailers just like I do. They got things just like I do. They got them just like I do on their property. Campers on their property in the city limit. And ask me how many times they stopped by that person's house with an RV that's grossed over 19,000 pounds with a tractor, just a tractor, that bobtail tractor, over 19,000 pounds, and tell me don't they park them on the street outside of their homes, in their driveways, behind their houses, on the side of their houses, those RVs, even boats weighing more than 19,000 pounds. And ask me, have they picked on those people who are white? It's very few black people that own tractor trailers in the Winchester area other than myself, y'all. Very few of them that own tractors. But when you open up your mouth like me and you be against those racist white people, they're quick to punish you by telling you you got to move your truck out of your property. If you hang up a open sign, I run a business out of my home. If I hang up a sign saying celebrities, if I hang up a sign saying now open, they ride by my house in trash trucks and their vehicles, their city vehicles, utility vehicles, and they report back to City Hall and they tell them that celebrities at 1600 Pondview Drive got a tractor trailer in their driveway. They got a hemp flag blowing in the wind, or they got a for sale sign, an open sign for now open, advertising that their business is at their home. And they'll come by and they'll send me letters saying I'm going to be fined if I got a CBD flag blowing in the wind outside my house, if I got a now open sign displayed through the window, my front window, if I park my tractor trailer in my driveway. They're out to punish me. That's what the Winchester Commonwealth officials are doing to celebrities. And y'all saying we're not blackballed? Who do y'all know going through these same things with the RV parked on their property, in front of their property, a tractor trailer parked in front of apartment complexes, inside the apartment parking lots in the Winchester area? And ask me, are they doing that to them? They only do it and they select the people who they want to do it to, and especially if they don't like you. If they don't like you because you're a strong Negro, a strong-minded African American, that you're opposing them, that you're a threat to them, that you're a public enemy number one to them, this is how they treat you. And this is how I am being treated in the Winchester area. And the only thing that make me stand strong and firm is that I own my own trucking business and that I have a CDL trucking license that other trucking companies don't mind hiring me because they're bigger than Winchester City. So they're going to hire me as a truck driver regardless. So that's the good part, you guys. And that's the awareness I'm giving y'all about being a tractor trailer driver and holding a CDL license. No matter what country you go to, your skills they can't take from you. It's just like being a doctor. They can't take your skills of a doctor with your hands and your mind. They can't take that from you. My CDL license, they can't take from me because I still have the training of knowing how to run and how to move and how to drive an 18-wheeler no matter what country I go in. No matter what country. So you guys, it's good to have these CDL jobs because you can tell people where to stick it. Down to rich people, you can tell them where to stick it. And there's nothing they can do to you. It's nothing they can do to you if they're not murdering you. It's nothing nobody can do to you when you are a CDL truck driver or a CDL owner. Means you're making all the money. They can't do nothing to you, and they're always going to not want you. They're always going to need you to be their servant, to bring what they want. They're always going to need you, you guys. Winchester will always need CDL commercial truck drivers to load up every store in that town, delivering whatever business you got. You need somebody to deliver your bacon, your burgers, your potato wedges, your salads, your milk, no matter what it is, your lawn chairs, your water hoses, your mulch. You need CDL truck drivers to deliver anything around the world. You need us. And you're not going to fire us because we can go anywhere and get that job. So I want y'all to be aware of these things as I give these speeches. Now, I've been on for 36 minutes now, and I'm about to shoot these videos off to YouTube. You can find us, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. TikTok is going to soon be gone. Hey, y'all, I'm sorry y'all going to have to look for jobs. I'm sorry, and I wish it didn't have to come down to this, but Donald Trump is beefing with China right now. He's beefing with Mexico. He's beefing with Canada. We're at beef with these people, and it's no way that they're going to leave TikTok. It's no way now he's beefing with these people or they're going to leave TikTok up and running. So I want to thank y'all for tuning in for as long as y'all did. I want y'all to share my videos, and I want y'all to know that when you are a strong-minded person, you can fight racism. You can fight corruption. All you got to do is be set on your game and be strong-minded at what you're out to do, and let nobody break your willpower, because God is there for you and he gives you that strength to wake up every day, and you should use that same strength to fight these people and to be strong, and don't allow yourself to go weak. So any of you federal workers, any of you people that's got good jobs that's being fired, you guys, and y'all see my videos on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, I want you guys to be strong, and don't let it make you where you want to hurt yourself, kill yourself, put yourself on a bunch of narcotic pills, as they call it, their prescription drugs. Don't turn yourself on that. If y'all need someone to talk to, call celebrities. We're at 540-303-9836. My personal number is 540-323-0848. And our business line is 540-773-8939. That's to our storefront. That's where we allow people to podcast and come and sit down and get your mind right. So if you're in the Winchester area, any of these surrounding towns, Stroudsburg, Middletown, Tomsbrook, and you want to get your head right and you want to talk about what's on your mind, you lost your job and you need people that really understand the same thing that you're going through, we have went through it, we're there to talk to you, and we're located at 1600 Pondview Drive, Winchester, Virginia, and our number is 540-773-8939. Come talk to people who understand what's going on. White, black, purple, or orange, we get it. We know that it is good white people out there just as well as it is good black people out there, just as well as it is bad black people out there, just as well as it is bad, corrupt white people out there. It goes always. Color don't change, nobody being ignorant. The color don't change, nobody being a racist. You got black racist people that can't stand white people, and I'm not going to make excuses up for those people that's racist, that's black, because I'm going to sit there and think the same thing any of you would think. They got cause to be. Look how we being treated. Look how I'm being treated. Except I'm smart enough not to be wanting to take it out on all Caucasian white people, because not all of them did this to me. And I know it's a lot of good ones out there because they support my business as of when I open, as of now. And they're friends of mine. So thank y'all for hearing my videos. Please share my videos. Look for us on TikTok till they go away, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. YouTube under CelebritiesHempDispensary.com. You can check us out there. Celebrities Hemp Dispensary on YouTube. You can find it under my real name, Marcus Shelton, on Facebook. You can find it under Marcus Shelton on Instagram. That's my real name. So much love, everybody. Please share my videos. 1.